I definitely remember feeling and questioning where I belonged. I loved certainly mingling and assimilating, but equally I knew and really felt that I was the only Asian person in my crowd at that time. And certainly equally, I wondered what my place was in terms of the emerging, Vietnamese social groups. And I often felt like I was a traitor to them if I wasn't sort of immersing myself and being with them and hanging out with them. I'm called Tara today because instead of my beautiful Vietnamese name of Trin at the age of 17, I changed it to Tara. So looking back, the pressure of fitting in even was felt in my late teens. When I was in investment banking, I got sick of the culture, and it was male dominated. It was pretty brutal. Certainly, when I say I didn't experience racism, I certainly experienced a bit of discrimination in that investment banking world. I really think that industry experience has really rounded me now. And certainly, as you've talked about over the last 5 or so years, I've really used that and found that superpower in leading large, dispersed, diverse teams. And certainly, I think when it comes to transformation, that empathy with people, I think, really underpins success of transformations. And I think I really use that to my advantage now. I have a mantra where, you say it's okay to be awkward so long as you are courageous and kind. I certainly try and continue to lean into the strengths that I know that I have to break down the systems around us, So absolutely, the challenge is acknowledging those systems around you, as opposed to really suppressing them. I feel really lucky and fortunate to be in an era where I think my type of leadership and our type of leadership is seen as strong, where the type of leadership that is anchored in compassion and kindness is actually recognised. In 20 years' time, I'd love to see it as a need and a demand at the table, as opposed to starting to see it now where it's being recognised. Our humanistic leadership is so needed now, but I'd love in 20 years' time where it's just in demand and there's just an expectation that you have diverse leadership everywhere because it delivers good outcomes, So we're a long way from that. It saddens me to say, again, I'm glad that it's starting to be recognised now, but I still think that we've got a long way to go. So I do hope that in 20 years' time, it is just a requirement that there is diversity on the table. You do you. Be kind to yourself and look, celebrate and find out what your strengths are, because undoubtedly you'll have so many strengths. So know them and acknowledge them. Also know that you can't make everyone happy. I think as a woman of colour, our every being likely wants to make everyone happy, but you're never going to make everyone happy. So anchor to, what you believe in to be your strength, and know that if something bad happens, that strength will anchor you and lead you the right path. Finally, I think know that we have a circle of influence. Very often, I think, as women of colour, we're challenged by influencing up because, our perceived hierarchy, but know that you can influence all around you, up, down, sideways, and look, build that muscle, that you absolutely have, and be brave. And I know that's easier said than done, but fight against that old hierarchical thinking because you've got value to add no matter what.